Alright, here we go. I'm back with my Luger grip here. I feel really stupid for breaking it on camera. I already went through and degreased these two parts. I just took a Q-tip and some acetone and rubbed it on each part, and I did that a few times, trying not to make it too obvious. I have never used Acroglass before, and I really suck at woodwork, so this will probably be pretty interesting. I've used other types of epoxies and wood glue, but I decided to give Acroglass a try for this project. It's going to be really hard to... There's no real way I can clamp this tiny piece on here, so that's going to be pretty interesting. So let me start getting set up here to mix this Acroglass, and I'm going to try to... That's not going to work. Alright, so I need 4 parts resin and 1 part hardener, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. Really don't need much at all. This stuff's kind of old. I hope that doesn't affect it too much. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, and you can let me know in the comments. That'd be great. This hardener, it kind of leaked out. This is the first time I've ever used this kit, but I've had it for quite a while. But that just glued this lid on. I had to put it in the vise and use vice grips to open this lid. So that was fun. Alright, 1 part hardener. We'll call that good. It's probably going to need a little more actually. Looks like honey. Alright, we're going to try that. I also have some dye that I'm going to put in here. Try to get it, whatever does squeeze out on the front of the grip, to blend in better. Here's my dye. It's just a resin dye. I bought it, I think, off of eBay or Amazon, one or the other. But this is a brown. I have no idea how much to use. Let's see here. Doesn't really say. I want it to be pretty dark. I thought about doing black, but oh yeah, that'll be fine. That's very dark. Yikes. I guess it doesn't take too much. Man, this is gonna be tough to get this. I have such a small section here. And I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. When you watch Mark Novak fixing gun stocks, man, he just slops it on. It'll squeeze out on both sides, big huge globs, and he just lets it dry and then chips it off or files it off. But I really don't want it to squeeze out much on the front of this grip. But I guess if it does, I'm just gonna leave it instead of wiping it in, because Acroglass is supposed to bond to the wood, and I'm afraid if I wipe it, I'm just going to have a thin layer of glue on the front. Alright, so I'm going to try to get a really small amount of this. That's too much. Alright, got a little bit on the large piece. I'm not really going for a structure here. I'm just going to glue these two parts together, and then I'll go back and make it a little stronger by putting some on the back of the grip. That blends in pretty good. And now, I'm not really sure how to clamp this. All I can think is to set it on my table very gently and put a couple pieces of metal here. Put a little bit of pressure on it. Problem is the grip is not flat on the back, and so I see a little bit of a seam. That might be about as good as I can do. I think I am just going to leave that and let it dry. I'm going to have some squeeze out in the front, and I don't know, maybe I will just try wiping it. This may be a bad idea. Yeah, that was a bad idea. Almost need something up under this. There we go. Alright, I'm going to let that dry for however long it says to. And then I'll come back and show you what it looks like once it's dry.